The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh, got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heartthrob in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Earnestly Podcast, emergency podcast here on February 2nd, 2025. I had plans on doing a regular show today, and then all that got screwed up literally at midnight with the breaking news. Luka Doncic traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. I thought it was a hack. Here's the breakdown, of course, on the trade. Because last night I'm watching the Royal Rumble. You know, it's my favorite WWE Premium Live event. By the way, I'm doing here with my dad and my brother again, because they wanted to react to this stuff with me. I'm watching Royal Rumble, and I'm coming down from that. I'm gathering notes for the show for that, because a lot of things going on there. And then I hit the bed. I'm relaxing, listening to whatever, and then all of a sudden I see a thing on my phone saying Luka Doncic traded to the Lakers. I'm like, this gotta be a hack. Shams got hacked. So then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do my due diligence. You know, find some other sourcing on that one, get a second and third source, and I'm like, oh, this is real. Then I put on ESPN, because Shams does work for ESPN now, and they are also co-signing as well too. Here is the breakdown of the trade before we discuss it here. The Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. It's a 3-team deal that also involves Utah Jazz, which no one gives a damn about, because Utah has nothing to really do. No one cares about Utah's angle on this one, because what are they going to give up? Draft picks? That's it. So yeah, let's just say social media last night was buzzing on midnight. I know Eric, our fan group chat, it was buzzing last night at 1 a.m, and every I got so many texts last night from friends, even friends who don't watch the NBA regularly, are texting me in the middle of the night saying, "What the hell is going on here?" So, you know, when they say blockbuster trades, this is a blockbuster trade. This changes the conversation.
Yeah.
You have a guy, first of all, Luka, who is considered a top 2 or 3 player in the league. Okay,
in the world.
Yeah, Anthony Davis, when healthy, probably a top 5 to 10 guy in the league.
Yeah.
So this is a
top
big deal here. So my dad in the middle screen here, my brother on the right screen. Fellas, have at it. What do you guys? What's your early thoughts on the trade?
Wow, that's what I thought. Wow, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I've been watching basketball since 1969.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Knicks fan originally.
Yeah.
I remember in '72, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, then Lou Alcindor, Milwaukee Bucks. They won the championship. I believe in this is rookie year. Bob Dandridge and a couple other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got traded to the Lakers a couple years after that, right? And that was like a major deal.
Absolutely.
Right? A superstar at the peak of his, not even at the peak, but, you know, it's an emerging superstar. Mm-hmm. And he becomes Kareem Jabbar, one of the greatest ever. This compares to that trade.
Wow.
I can't remember in between another trade that has this much impact and this shock value, unbelievable shock value. When I first saw the ad, I didn't believe it. I thought it was a prank.
I did too. I swear. I thought it was, he got hacked, and this can happen. We discussed it. We had a podcast last week, and we discussed about AI. And I know we joked about AI and all these things.
Yeah.
This is the vibe I had. Oh, this is a prank. There's no way this is real.
Yeah, I mean, I sat there when I saw it on the group chat. I looked at it, and then like right after you had put on the group chat, I went to my notifications, and I saw it, and I thought it was a joke, so I just stood there looking at it, and then it dawned on me that this is from
Real.
like Shams, this is real, and I stood there in disbelief, to be honest. I
Yeah.
was swinging around in Dad's balls when I guess we both were.
Yeah, we both have
When
ball. Yeah,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Lou Alcindor was traded. So this is probably the biggest basketball news. This
Yeah.
is a bigger deal to me, not for personal reasons, but it's a bigger deal to me than LeBron coming to.
Miami.
It's bigger news to me than
Well,
LeBron coming to Miami.
I can see why, because this is LeBron was all Miami. We were so happy.
Yeah.
Luca
This
didn't
is
even
something
hit his
he
prime
never
yet.
saw.
Going to LA.
Yeah,
well, I think
he's not even his prime though.
here's where I agree with you on that
Yeah,
one
that's
too.
what I'm
Also,
saying.
He's still ascending, which is scary.
well,
Yeah.
this is why I agree with Eric on that one too. Also, people say, "Well, it's LeBron." I go, "Yeah," but here's the thing: we already had a lead up to LeBron. This is shock
Yeah.
value more than anything else. There was
Yeah.
okay, we know LeBron's possibly leaving somewhere. The question is where to. You know what I'm saying? So we already knew there was already like a 2-year buildup before LeBron went to Miami in 2010. We had a 2-year buildup to this thing. I remember
Right.
Dad predicting this back a year before this. He's going to Miami. Remember Dad? We'll play
Mhm.
basketball
Oh,
in
yeah.
2009. You said he's going to Miami. Watch.
That's right.
But
And I also said, guys, appreciate the run,
yeah,
because it's not often you get that type of run in basketball
exactly.
as a
Right.
hometown fan.
Exactly.
It's
Right. Exactly. So, but the difference in the LeBron part is that we knew at some point, okay, the shock will be more about where he goes. This came out of nowhere. There was no rumors.
Yeah.
There was no dissension about like, okay, Luka may want to leave. There's no like the whole thing with Jimmy Butler. We know there's a lead up to it. There was nothing, nothing. Okay, and this came out of nowhere. And I'm really trying to crack my brain here about has there been other. I've been watching basketball 35 years now. Have there been other trades that of this magnitude of a guy in his prime and two
No.
guys in their prime, really?
No,
And I really
this
can't
is
think
it.
about that. I can't
No,
think about
This
it.
is it. This is it. But let's look at the impact of the trade. I really like this trade right away for Dallas.
Okay, you do.
Right? I really do. I think that put Dallas in the conversation of going to the Western Conference Finals, and I dare say they're in a position now to win it all. Right? As
Okay.
much as I love Luca, I'm a major Luca fan, but Davis had reported he'd rather play the 4, right? And the Maverick have two outstanding young centers. They also have the kid that they got from Charlotte a few years ago, PJ. What's his name?
PJ Washington.
yeah,
Right?
PJ.
Of course, they still have Clay. If
Yeah.
Clay is healthy, come playoff time, and they have the Wizard in the backcourt,
Kyrie.
the point guard, Kyrie Irving, which is at clutch time, he's probably still one of the best, if not the best, at what he does.
I
So
agree with that.
I really, honestly, right now, but as much as OKC's balling, and of course you can't count Denver out, they have the best player in the game. But what is going to happen next? Phoenix gonna have to pull the gun.
On
What
Jimmy.
you
Yeah.
call it? Golden State gonna have to pull it. This is just the start of a crazy week, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. Trade deadline's on Thursday.
I mean that's the first big news of the week is really. I don't see how anything else can ever top this.
No,
Yeah.
they can't.
But
This
they
is
don't top. But I think there's gonna be a lot of movements now. A
Well,
lot.
that's set off by this.
yes.
Yeah,
Could
could
be.
I don't know.
Well, Jimmy.
I feel like
I tell you why. Because guess what? Golden State has just gone, probably won't even make the play in at this point if they don't make a move. Phoenix is stuck in neutral. They got to do something,
I feel like
right?
they're stuck there.
In a
I feel like they're still going to be stuck there. At the end of
but,
the
but
day,
if
like
but
they
you know
want
what?
Jimmy.
If Phoenix get Jimmy, they're gonna make noise.
I think there'll be a problem. I think there'll be a
Yeah.
problem.
And they're playing better now in the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
but
turn
it's
on
still
again.
that's that comes and goes.
Yeah.
But right now, there's a premium in the West. OKC is not
But
a shoe in anymore.
But hold on. Let's hold on. Let's go back to this trade though.
Okay.
With Dallas and the Lakers. I get why I can understand why the Mavs pulled the trigger.
Right.
What is LA thinking?
This is just a start. They're gonna get a veteran big man or two to replace Davis and a backup to him.
But you just can't get a veteran big man or two or three or four or five.
So let's ask the question: who's available? I think the guy from Chicago is available. Chicago's about to dismantle their team.
He's always available though. Every trade deadline.
Well, all you need is a tough guy in the middle.
And
all you need is an enforcer in the middle.
And I'm glad you said too. Also, his contract's not that bad actually. Too. Also, Vucevic, like $20 million a year. So
right. So I don't know. I had asked Eric early on who's the available big man, who can really clog the middle, because
maybe Embiid.
You can't but you cannot count LA out either if they put a key piece. So the trade, not cutting you, but this trade for LA is just one of many moves to come.
I mean, I just feel like it's they're giving up on the near term and their succession planning, and they're saying, "Hey, we're always going to have a draw."
That's fine too.
I don't see them like. I mean, maybe they pull something else out of their ass and say like, "Hey, we got this for the next 2 seasons of LeBron." I literally just see it as they're like, LeBron's retiring. This is succession planning.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's it.
And what they've done also too, really in reverse, if you believe that Luka's the guy, they've now added 5 more years, because remember AD is 5 years older than Luka, so by in essence now they're reversing the whole thing.
6 years is I think AD is 31, Luka's 25.
25, yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. Again, this is just the first piece.
Yes.
I also heard a rumor, and I'm probably sure both of you heard it too.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron to Golden State.
LeBron's not going to Golden State. Well, you know what? I can't say anything else anymore.
After what happened last night,
that can't come out of my mouth anymore.
Well,
if
Golden
someone would
State
have told me
something.
that yesterday, I would have wagered a good bit of money that would never happen.
Well, I've been hearing for the last couple of years though. The one thing I will say,
that's why I don't gamble.
Right, what I do. No, I'm not that bad though. No, what I have heard for the last couple of years though, and this has been coming out now, some of the tea leaves now since the trade last night, is that there's been real concern about Luka and his conditioning. That's going to take care of his body.
Yeah,
and that. And that played a part in this too, also because he's due for another max. And I think the Mavericks are very apprehensive in wanting to pay him that kind of money if he's gonna start falling apart in his late 20s, especially not taking care of his body.
Well, but here's what I would say to that. First of all, Luka came into this year in very good condition. So this weight gain occurred during the season, and I know he's in and out. So
he's still hurt now. He's still hurt now, I think. Yeah.
He's still hurt now. Yeah. So one can look at it to say, okay, is he a disciplined dude or not? But the mere fact that he came into this season ready to go, right? I would say that, and this new beginning, I'm pretty sure he realized that he is now in the center of the NBA basketball universe at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing in LA with a franchise named Lakers. So guess what?
And he's not even back from injury. He has
a
couple
but
weeks.
That's fine. You said it before, succession, but they're not going to give up on. Look, there's some other plays. It's let's see what plays out, because there's some other plays are coming up right this week
involving these two teams.
I believe LA is just beginning, because LA is going to make another move or two. Let's see what happens.
Can we agree that LA does not win the championship?
Yeah, we agree with that.
Depending on who they get in the middle. But I would right now, as of right now, the Mavericks being healthy going into the playoffs, they're a hard out.
I think that lineup.
I believe they can win it all.
Are huge.
I think So all things equal. Quick, let's just say the Mavericks come into playoffs healthy. I'm not saying like when I mean healthy, I mean those guys, the ads, which for his credit, last 2 years he's been playing his games. Let's say Kyrie's healthy by April, okay, and that line around them, that's a good lineup there to go bounce around. I think I think they're more in the win now scenario than say LA. I think LA is not pivoting. LA's pivoting to long term. Luka is going to be the long term solution. Long term.
Remember,
I don't
Clay
even know if he
is not getting younger.
Who's that, AD?
And I expect Clay to play big in the playoffs. Now, he becomes a central part of this new team.
Absolutely.
Because some of the points that Luka's taken away from the lineup, Clay is going to replace.
Oh, yeah. Clay becomes front and center now as the 2 guard now.
Front and center. That's right. So right now, with Kyrie and Clay in the backcourt, in the playoffs, that's the best backcourt. Well, Cleveland may argue, may disagree, but that's a damn good backcourt.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the priority. I think LA is kind of have decided to let's look at a more broader situation here. Let's look at it. Okay, not just in the now for LeBron, but also we can get a guy now that's gonna be our guy for the next 10 years, assuming his body holds up, of course.
Right. Well, the discipline part. Now we gotta, put the test in place.
Bring his ass to Miami.
But you're gonna have someone. If LeBron is in LA, that would be a good influence.
Oh, it definitely will be that. I think so.
Yeah. So as Eric said, the transition from LeBron to Luka,
yeah,
within 2 years or so, yeah.
So you're saying that the Mavericks right now with this lineup can win a title this year, or at least win the
damn right they could.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that because I've been saying on this podcast last couple months now. I think as good as OKC is, and they are really good. No one's knocking that. They're still young. Mm-hmm. They're still young, and I think the West is wide open. In fact, I was saying like last week that my what I call it, my championship bubble. I only have 3 teams in the West. I feel like I'm gonna be in the finals. OKC, Denver, and what's the other one I mentioned? It was some other team I mentioned there.
But
not even Memphis.
Denver, but let me tell you, Memphis and Houston. Now, the only thing that I would say that will I won't give them finals.
Who's this?
Play is the fact that they don't have a lot of veterans on the team. They're a young team. It's particularly Houston.
Oh, you're way too young.
But these guys are balling.
Yeah.
Right. So we're in for a nice Western Conference playoff. Very competitive.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the stand. I'm gonna bring up the screen in a second, but I'm looking at the standings right now. It's things are starting to pick up a little bit now. Like the Lakers are sneaky decent this year. Like the 2019,
they were fifth. They were fifth, right?
They're fifth, right? Yeah, they're fifth. Yeah. So right now the Lakers and Denver right now are bound for the 4th seed right now.
Right.
So
they're good teams.
Yeah. So they're starting to, but it's weird though because AD, like I don't know, like yeah, they made a calculated decision to think long term because AD, when healthy, puts the team in the conversation to win a title.
Right. Everybody needs an AD in their lineup.
Yeah.
You can win a title once you have an AD in the lineup, healthy AD. Let's face it. In the playoff, AD is a 28 to 30 point
easily,
and 12 to 15 rebounds.
Well, he's a 2-way player. He's a 2-way player on top of
2 to 3 blocks.
Yeah.
So he's one of the best.
Yeah.
So this is why I think Houston with Kyrie and guys, Kyrie is Kyrie. To me, he could be the best player in the world on any given night.
Without question.
Right? So Kyrie, I love the guy they got from Charlotte. What's his name? PJ Washington. I think he's a baller. I think he's an enforcer too. He could become that enforcer.
Yeah. Are you talking about the center that they just got?
No, PJ. Remember they got him.
PJ Washington. You got last year.
PJ Washington last year at the trading deadline. Around this time last year.
They got another guy from Dallas.
And then I think their bench is pretty strong too. I can't remember their bench. But they should have a decent bench as well. I'm very impressed with their 2 young centers.
Yeah. Those 2 guys play well.
Their front court and their back court.
Yeah.
They are stacked, guys.
Those two guys
are stacked.
Yeah, those 2 guys were key to the run of the finals last year. Actually, it was Lively and is it Lively and
Lively,
yeah. Yeah.
And Lively, this is only what, second or third year.
So I'm looking at this. So I have it on the screen here. Looking at the Western Conference now. Look, all of a sudden things are picking up now. Like obviously OKC's running away with the West, but man, look at Houston. Houston, Memphis now number 2 and 3 in the West right now. Denver's starting to play better for basketball now. The Lakers have won 8 in the last 10 games. No one's talking about that. No one's talking about the Lakers winning 8 in the last 10 games.
Well, that's another reason I was looking at that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like. I don't see how you trade AD other than like I'm giving up and I just want to make sure I can secure Luka. Like, let's look at it like this: who was proposed first, AD or Luka?
There was proposed from what I heard. Of course, we're getting it from sports radio.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas offered Luka a couple of days ago. They put Luka on the table. So
I think Luka. There's probably been some really some like uneasy stuff with Luka in the management last year or so that we don't know about.
yeah.
That probably never came out, got leaked, and I think Luka's agent said, "You know what? Go ahead. If we can make a trade, we can make this happen."
In addition to, Davis had said that he'd rather play the 4. He said that early this week or last week.
He's been saying that for the last 5. He's been saying for the last 3, 4, 5 years now.
Exactly. So he's more effective from his standpoint as a 4.
He's not wrong.
And
about
those
that,
two
though.
young guys, those 2 young centers, they can hold down the 5. So I think they really think position by position. Who have a stronger team than Dallas right now?
In the West,
East or West?
well,
Okay.
I will still go. Okay, all health. Everyone go first. This one.
No. I just said one. I said OKC.
Okay, I will say OKC. OKC has the legs now.
Yeah.
Everything with them is about experience. So I would go OKC. I will still lean Denver for the time being.
You have to.
If they're healthy. That's a caveat, though. See, my problem with Denver is more so Jokic is going to be Jokic, of course. Is Murray going to be healthy by April? If he's healthy, they're a problem. And then there's all 2 guys, Gordon and especially Porter Jr. That's the wild card there, Porter Jr. and company. If he can stay locked in, they're going to win the West. You know what I mean? Denver.
Well,
but that's it, though.
What if Jimmy? What's the chances of Jimmy going to Denver?
Probably not. Probably not going to happen.
Okay.
No, I
what
think
are the chances he go to Phoenix? What if he goes?
That's
to Phoenix?
high. That's high. And this is a nice pivot now because for the last like month or so now, talking about trade deadlines on Thursday, and we're talking about players on the brink, and Jimmy Butler is taking all the oxygen out of the room. So all of a sudden, this trade, the Jimmy stuff like. That's old hat now. That's old hat now, bro. But to be fair, though, this may actually pick up the Jimmy stuff now because now teams right. This may trigger the Jimmy trade. I will say though, real quick, we'll transition to Jimmy in a second. This trade makes LA right now worse in the short term.
Yeah,
it does. Anybody that doesn't understand that doesn't understand basketball as a whole. This trade makes LA better long term,
right?
Not short term. Dallas is going all in with this lineup, and I think Dallas made a calculation. Look, Luka's probably going to get any better in terms of with the situation. Let's just get his head out of here. Let's see get back for him. You get a top 10 guy. Some people say top 5 when he's healthy, when AD. And you take a chance there, and you roll this unit now and see what we can get.
Okay, so right now, it's all now or never. Back to Dallas. The next 3 years, with this core group, Dallas will be in the conversation every year for the next 3 years.
If they're healthy,
if they're healthy, but we have to assume that everyone,
of course, if they're healthy though, from now until April. Hi, Ethan. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
if they're healthy from now until April, they're gonna be in the top 6.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be sweet.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be sweet.
It is gonna be sweet. It's gonna be sweet.
So where do you think Jimmy's gonna land, guys?
All right, so that's the next part. So because this actually people don't understand this. This is gonna probably impact Jimmy Butler because the 2 teams that we've been hearing the last couple of days that are on the radar to get him are both in the West.
Right.
Golden State being one, and Phoenix the other one. And I think this trade, go ahead. This trade will impact that. So
I
having
don't
said
know if
that,
it impacts it more than it makes it. I mean, the West was strong already, and I mean you're not really getting stronger. I mean, the Lakers, they were hit or miss.
yeah,
Dallas is a definite. Lakers are not. They're a definite miss. I mean, I don't see them going anywhere. It's funny to say I don't see them going anywhere with LeBron and Luka playing in April.
and Luka ain't healthy right now. He's not even healthy,
and he's not even healthy. But I don't even see that working though. That's why I said like they're just shipping it in and saying, "Hey, LeBron, you're either going to play to your,
retirement."
So let me ask a
you're retired in
question.
2 years, 1 year, 2 years, and like
Yeah, 2 years.
he
He
looks
have
like
two
he looks
strong
for
years.
the 5. But
So is the East saying let's beef up?
the East wants to beef up.
Yeah.
They
So
would
I'm
if they
thinking,
could, but
what
they can't.
team can Jimmy? Because Jimmy, we cannot deny Jimmy's greatness.
I don't know if the
His
Heat
clutchness.
will ship him to the East.
Which
They
team
I
are using
know.
the East right now? The only team I heard in the East that even had a chance of getting him that had
Milwaukee?
interest was Milwaukee. Correct.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Heat want to send him to Milwaukee.
At this point, he need to do what's best for the
They
Heat.
just want to get rid of him at this point.
Yeah.
Right now, they take draft choices. You know.
Well,
I
from
said
what
it
I've heard,
before. I'll take anything to get rid of Jimmy.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
they what they want is draft assets and short term contracts.
Yeah.
That's easy to do. I think.
So this guy, he used to play for the University of Miami. I think he's in Toronto now. Small forward.
Scotty
Brown?
Barnes? Oh no, Scotty Barnes?
No, I
No.
wish we could get him. We can't.
Scotty
he's-
Barnes is FSU.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Right.
Brown.
Bruce Brown?
Is it Bruce Brown? Yeah, he used to play for UM.
He's a free agent. He played on Denver's title team actually. Yeah.
But there's talk about movement of him coming to Miami.
Yeah.
Jimmy go to Golden State, and Toronto will get what's his name? Golden State. What's his name? The small forward.
Not Wiggins?
Wiggins. Yeah.
Back to Canada for Wiggins, huh?
Yeah, that's the move. Yeah.
They're assembling
Boy Drake.
the all Canada team up there. RJ Barrett.
Yes, right.
Hey,
Hey man, what works, right?
you can't
No.
blame him.
No. He'll get moved before Thursday. I expect it will be done by no later than Tuesday. Honestly, I think this trade, honestly, is going to affect the Jimmy situation.
I think in a
Because
positive way, because people will be more hungry now.
Yeah, and only that, if I'm Golden State, okay, I'm not even in the play-in right now currently,
Right.
and you're wasting Steph Curry's prime here. Steph Curry's on his prime.
But why do you feel the LA Mavs trade like bolsters their need?
Who, for LA or for Dallas?
For hold on, bud. For Golden State to get something done. I feel like they're in the same position anyway. They need to maximize on Curry's years. I don't know if AD and what's it called? AD and Luka really changed that timetable or changed that sense of urgency.
Right now, anything can happen. Expect the unexpected. This trade have taught us to expect the unexpected.
Yep.
And it may continue.
All right, but hold on.
Right?
No, I think LA made to Eric Charles' point. Eric made a calculation. We're thinking long term here.
Oh,
I don't think
that in the short term. Look, next year it's box office. Whatever they don't, whatever they're not getting, and you probably get people that are coming to LA maybe on the cheap.
Mm-hmm.
In the next couple of years, maximize LeBron's last year, play with Luka. You got
Luka's in Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I can't say that LeBron being traded off the table. I can't say that either. Because
anything is possible at this point.
Does he have a no trade clause though? He's still with no trade clause?
He doesn't have. He doesn't have.
He'll waive that. If he can go to Golden State right now, does that hypothetical? If he goes to Golden State, does that make them a final
I have Luka on my team. I'm not waving anything or saying let me push myself to Golden State. At that point, you might as well just stay on the Lakers. Who are you getting?
You mean LeBron?
Who are you getting other than Steph? That's going to be like, oh well, I'm getting this all-world player. Luka is 25, 26 years old, still rising.
I think LeBron's market is small because I don't think any of these teams who are in top contention wants to take him on because
in a little while.
it's a bit of a distraction too. Also,
It
because he's a bit of a I won't go so much as a black hole, but I mean he changes your dynamic of your offense, and you don't want that. You don't want that's why ruining. Like I heard people say, "Why am going to the Cavaliers? Why would you want him in Cleveland for at this point?"
No, they're running on.
I think Cleveland. I think Cleveland gonna beat Boston.
I hope they do.
I think Cleveland's coming out of the East.
Yeah.
You think so?
Going for Cleveland.
It's gonna be a tough one. Cleveland, Boston, Milwaukee, balling. So it's a three team. Yeah, but definitely Boston. One sec. Continue, guys.
I want to play a clip real quick from it was Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce on their podcast this week, and talk about Jimmy Butler and the situation and how like Jimmy Butler's situation is really going to affect how owners and teams, the next CBA to the contracts, and why Jimmy Butler might be ruining shit for the future of these players.
Jimmy messed it up.
He's messing it up right now as we speak. I'm playing right now.
Eric, we had this conversation. Remember I told you? You're not going to get those guarantees anymore?
Yep. And Jimmy Butler is fucking it up for everybody in the league now. Here's KG, who's KG. He's pretty honest about how he feels about things. Here's his comments on that.
We open up for all this right here, bro. This is how non-guarantees are going to come into our league right here for shit like this. We fucking fought our ass off through 5 and 6 goddamn lockouts to get to a point where there's where we protect the integrity of the talent. And then that talent has a responsibility to be professional, come in here and do your fucking job. You think I like Glenn Taylor? You think I like that motherfucker? No. Nah. You think Paul liked Witt at one point when they weren't seeing eye to eye? We came in, we did our fucking jobs, you got paid, and you went home. You go home, soon as you get opportunity to change that, you change it. But bro, I ain't finna come in here, make a mockery, be a distraction to the other guys in here. Right. Because, bro, that's what you're doing. You know, John Wall did the perfect thing. When Houston and John Wall didn't see eye to eye, they both sat down and said, look, this is what we finna do. You go home, young fella. Go do what you gotta do, work on your business, do what you do, don't be a distraction. John Wall was out for 2 years. He was with 2 years. You never saw him around, you never saw him on the bench. He wasn't a distraction, never heard none of that, right? Man, he dissolved, bro. He got paid those 2 years some real money. You didn't hear none of that. He wasn't in no narrative. Right. Bro, this could have went a whole nother way. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And Pat, both sides could have actually squashed all of this. But this is a message. This is a message not only to the league, but this is a message between upstairs and the power up players. Right. Y'all James Harden was. You open up for all this right here, bro.
I love KG's commentary, man.
He's on point.
I've been saying even when the day he retires, like KG's gonna be a star in the media, man, because he's so honest and so direct and transparent. Yeah. That look, he mentioned like Glenn Taylor and Witt. He's talking about those are the old owners of the Timberwolves and the Celtics, respectively. Yeah. Years back. So, he's right.
I told you that thing's spot on. But Dad, yeah, you did say it. I mean, on what Jimmy's doing, just like from the shown lack of effort. I mean, forget the fact you want the extension. I get it. That's cool. Forget the fact you want to be traded. But like what he's doing and what he was doing in those last couple games, the 1-footed three in the corner and I mean, I look at that. That's like akin to like you're throwing games.
Yeah.
And
correct. It's okay.
I'm not one that believes in. I don't think gambling should have gone into sport.
Look, Uncle and Daddy. Just say hi. No, I'm holding the phone.
Hey, Ethan. You okay, Ethan?
Okay.
Dad, you want to mute?
I mean him.
All right.
I mean, you go ahead, Eric.
Like what he's doing. I honestly think it's almost that to that line, or it's on that line of you're throwing games. And you know what? I mean, that's where the NBA is, but I mean, it's just unprofessional. You're still getting paid $48 million a year. And I if I were the owners on the next round, they're saying, hey, look, like we're not gonna sit there and kind of that's tainting everything in the league. People acting like that, they're gonna say, look, there's gonna be some clause that we can pull this money. Now, what that clause is, I don't know. That's that's for some CBA lockout, and I don't know when's the next one.
I'm back, guys.
And he messed on the wrong one too, also, because he this is Pat Riley. He don't give a fuck. Again.
And they found a great way to get their money back.
Like,
I don't know.
This is not,
arbitration. Right. They get it, but
this is not his first rodeo. Like he literally had a situation with Shaq in 2008. Okay, he had a situation with Dwayne Wade in 2016, LeBron 2014. You're Jimmy Butler. Who are you? Excuse me. That's the whole point. Like this ain't Pat's first rodeo, man. You know, I don't want to be like pro Heat on this one, but because I'm all for players getting money, but Pat has a duty to do his best for the Heat first and foremost.
Yeah, that's
in the future.
That's his business.
Yeah,
you got to manage his business, and I am totally, as much as I didn't like Dwayne Wade leaving Miami because I thought he would his whole career should have been here, but he made a business decision, and sometimes you have to take in business, you take the emotions out of it.
Yeah,
and just be practical, and this is what they did. You know, he did it with Shaq, did it with Wade, and he did it with Walker. Why would you? And we all would agree on this. Why would you put yourself in a position to pay a declining player peak money when he's declining?
Yeah.
Why? That's not good business.
Yeah, no, I mean, nothing about that makes sense. He wants the Kobe treatment.
And the Kobe thing makes sense back then because right. Go ahead, Dad.
There's only three: Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Curry. Those are only three players in this at this point in time, veteran players. You would make those type of exceptions for, because not only were they good for the their town, their hometown, they were good for basketball in general. They have improved the game of basketball.
At their age, yes. At that age, yes. Yeah. Yes, I would. Yeah, I pay KD $50 right now.
Well, absolutely.
We're averaging 18 points a game and 5 assists. That's not $55 million.
And the big key here, he hardly plays anymore.
And when he does play.
Well, who are we talking about? KD?
Jimmy Butler. He hardly plays anymore. He barely plays as is.
No. That's a foregone conclusion, guys.
Jimmy
go find another home. And Jimmy, as I told you guys before, Jimmy, if you look at how Jimmy departs from his teams, it's always controversial. I'm not saying he's always wrong.
Right.
But I think out of Philly was a good move on his part, right? But Chicago and Minnesota, he wasn't the best of guys. He wasn't, a good teammate. Right. So I don't have a problem with Jimmy getting out of here. Actually, it's taken too freaking long, right? Yeah. At this point.
I gotta say though, a wrap up here this one. Watching the Heat without Jimmy, it only confirms why Spo was best coach in basketball. But all the distractions going on here with Jimmy, and now you have
number one coach of the year,
right? And then and Terry Rozier also had his new situation now with possibly gambling on games. Yeah, and the Heat are still.
They already did the investigation. They didn't find anything.
So. Okay, good. But all the
on the NBA side,
all right. The distraction this whole thing has been for the team. The fact that this team is still above 500 and still a top 6 team in the Eastern Conference in a good East this year too, especially.
Yeah, but it's not a good Eastern Conference. It's not a big deal because
at the top it is. The top it is.
At the top of
three.
Yeah.
That's top it.
3, yeah.
No, more than
that's
that.
It.
Milwaukee's heating up now. Indiana's heating up now. And then we're right there.
Yeah, but Indiana is not a real player.
I mean, they were in the conference finals last year. I mean, you forget that, Dan? We were in the conference finals last year, so maybe I don't know. But my point is the fact that the Heat are still competitive like this. Despite all this, only proves why Spo is the best coach in basketball.
All right, I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, and also
I think
what?
we have one of the best coaches in basketball. But let's see the new players that we get, the draft choices or impact player or a couple of guys who I'm just excited for the unknown right now with Miami.
I am.
And let's move on. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. But again, we were here
There's
because
no
of
upside.
huh?
I said there's no upside to keeping Jimmy.
There's no
Move
upside.
on.
No, not at all.
Move on.
And the sad part too also is I kind of saw this coming a year ago because what I keep telling you guys, he's got to act his game as he gets older, or else we got a problem.
Yeah.
Because you can't pay that guy even $40 million a year. You can't.
No.
You just can't.
No.
It's malpractice. I'll say it again.
No. Oh, yeah. The max I see him making, he's probably in the, like 30, 35.
Yes.
He can still average
18,
20
20 again.
points,
Yeah.
5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 assists or whatever, and a steal or 2. And which is still good,
Right.
right? But I never saw Jimmy as the lead guy. And guys, go back to previous conversations that we've had.
Yeah.
I've never saw Jimmy as the number one guy. I always saw Jimmy as the 2 or 3.
You had him on a team that he was the number one, and you never brought in, and you never were able to sign or trade.
Well, that was my point. I
one.
never saw him as the number one guy. We made him a number one guy.
It worked.
It worked. I mean,
We didn't
Two
win a
finals.
championship.
2 finals and a possible third one.
Okay, well, good. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm simply saying, I think he's more of a facilitator than a go-to guy.
So you're saying once again, Spo, greatest coach in
Oh,
the world.
I totally agree.
Because
I
Jimmy,
totally agree with you on Spo. Spo's one of the best coaches the last 15 years in
as
basketball.
I was saying though, but the whole thing with Jimmy now not being a number one guy, but yet somehow find a way to squeeze all that out of him as a number one guy.
Great coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it should be a crazy week. I think we're not done. I think we'll see, obviously not into the level of the Luka thing, but we'll see the Jimmy thing finally be done with the next 4 days. But do you guys see any other stars or other big players getting moved between now and Thursday?
I mean, I can't.
Maybe Chris Middleton.
Middleton,
Why
I
did
think
Milwaukee go after?
I don't think anyone wants him. Is he
He's
on
a veteran guy who's always hurt.
Is he expiring?
But Eric, doesn't he have an expiring contract?
No, he has 2 more years in his contract. I think 2 more years.
Yeah.
No, I won't touch him. But right now with us meaning Miami, we're willing to take the value of Butler has gone down so much. So draft choices. If we can get a top 10, top 15 draft choice, I'm happy with that.
So Chris Middleton has a player option after this season.
He's not a player anymore.
He's gonna opt in.
He's gonna opt in.
Yeah.
And honestly, I maybe I said on the last one, I'm saying it on this one. I think Jimmy opts in wherever he goes, wherever he might be. I think it's BS that he opts out, unless he's unless
he ball out. If he really ball, or whoever team he go to, and he show value, he raises value, then he may have options. But right now, in terms of psychological, what he has shown to GMs around the league, he doesn't show up when
he's hurting his
so he has hurt
value.
his value. Yeah.
Don't piss off Pat, man. Pat don't give a fuck. Pat don't care, Gee Butler or LeBron James. He do it my way. It's been it's good and bad, and I mean it's good and bad for Pat either way. But
have you seen these reports with not reports, but whoever's saying, I think it's like Gil and Stephen A. talking about people not wanting to come to Miami, free agent wise, kind of trade. I can't imagine why people wouldn't want. If I was a professional athlete and you're going to tell me I can come to Miami Heat and play basketball, I'm doing it. Be kept in shape, fine. It might be strict, but this might be an alternate subject, but it's related. What do you think of the whole Miami is just not a place for free agents? Miami is not a place for
these players are soft.
Yeah, where people want to come.
These players are soft. They want things done their way, and these players
Well,
this generation of players is just soft.
there are certain type of players who are open to be coached and disciplined.
Yeah.
Those are the guys we like. If you are not coming here because you don't like because we have a stringent conditioning program, or then we don't really need you. We want look, at the end of the day, effort beats out talent.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so and then there's some guys. There was a talk about, oh, you don't want to bring this guy here because of South Beach. Hello, give me a break with that.
Yeah.
You know
what would have been fantastic in Miami actually? It's Kobe Bryant.
Oh.
Kobe Bryant would have been, oh my
May his
God.
soul rest in eternal peace.
Yeah, that dude.
That's all.
He would have been because he would embrace the culture.
Let's move forward. You know who would be nice in Miami?
Who's that?
Edwards from Minnesota.
Edwards, how are you gonna say that?
Man, don't.
All right.
Between you and my neighbor Chris. Oh my God, who I don't know loves him more? Seriously.
All right, so I'll leave it at that.
He's locked up a couple of years though. But
and by the way, okay, where's Fox gonna land before we wrap up? Because I gotta get out of here.
I think San Antonio is definitely. I'm saying that San Antonio.
I would love him in Miami, but if not Miami, San Antonio. I want to see San Antonio.
But there's a connection with him and Bam. Bam and him are very close. They were roommates.
Yeah, that's why I say I would like him in Miami. There's a chance of that.
I don't understand.
So if he coming to Miami, hypothetical, if we get him, do we make a serious run for the finals? Are we in Boston League? Are we in
I think we can compete.
Milwaukee League?
I think we can compete.
Cleveland League?
We can compete, definitely.
Okay.
Depending on the piece we lose for him, though. But yeah, why not? I mean, with that coaching, anything's possible. This is the thing. This is the edge Miami has, the coaching.
Yeah. Well, who are we going to lose for him? Anyways.
Probably Jovic. Probably like those ancillary pieces on the sides.
And JJ. Yeah.
Jaquez?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. You have to do some young pieces. Because anything you trade out there for a starter, you have to give it young pieces.
Yeah. There's young pieces, yeah.
I don't know if I like that, though. But
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So, all right, fellas. Good job, as always.
All right.
That was good.
Love you guys.
Love you, too.
Love you.
Bye.